Hi, welcome back to KimMoyerBooks.com. I'm Kim Moyer, and as promised today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the location and setting of the book, The One Who Had To. I'm planning a few different things during this video to keep it a little bit interesting, but also to help with those of you who are from entirely different parts of the country or parts of the world. If you're not from the Southwest, Arizona can be extremely foreign. And since that is where the book is set, I thought I'd take you on a little bit of a field trip. The next few images are actually from out in the desert, which is going to be an area actually between Tucson and Phoenix, sort of like what you see in the book. And one of the characters, who I won't tell you which one, ends up in a desert setting for a short period of time during the book. And so some of the plants and different scenarios like that are actually referenced, and I thought it might be helpful to have some visual of these. What you're seeing here is a broad view of a desertscape area. Basically, we're looking at small shrubs and weeds, more or less. The dirt is sandy and gravelly, so it's light in color. It does heat up, but it doesn't hold that heat real long term. So once the shade hits there, that cools off. Here we've got a real zoom in on what's called a cholla cactus. We do have a run-in with that in the book. The cholla cactus is going to be a fairly painful plant to come into contact with. The spines are kind of curved at the end, and so they wind up kind of digging into your skin, and then to top it off, those little arm pieces you see there, they actually will break off and attach to you. So when you try to get it off your skin, it sort of rolls. This third image is what I would call a shade tree in regards to the desert. You can see it's really not substantial for shade. It's not a particularly tall tree. Our natural scape trees here most commonly don't get to more than maybe 10 or 12 feet. They can, but it's not common. They don't produce a lot of leaves, so the shade aspect is really fairly limited. Also, during the same desert portion of the book, our character discusses a little bit about the mountains in the area. Southern Arizona does sit in part of the Rocky Mountain range, and so we do have a fair number of sizable mountains. And if you've ever lived in a mountainous region, you know they can look quite substantially different. You kind of see that in the two images that are being scrolled through here. And so they give you a way to actually kind of pinpoint where you think you might be located if you're familiar with the particular mountains you're looking at. And so you can kind of say, gosh, I know when I'm standing in the middle of Tucson, that mountain is on the north. I always know that's north, no matter where in town I am. I know that that's north of the city. So you have some sort of reference points once you live here for a while, and you kind of get a feel for the mountain shapes. So as it turns out, the segment on location and setting is getting rather long, so we're going to do this in two parts. I will see you in part 2. Don't forget to check out The One Who Had To if you haven't yet.